But guess what, Connor? I'll beat the fucking fuck out of you.
If he was free, yeah, I'm sure you would fight him. Why would you not?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sonnen appreciates Adesanya and aspires to be like McGregor. Recently, Chael Sonnen is stirring up some serious debates by comparing Israel Adesanya and Jon Jones for the title of the greatest fighter in the UFC. Undeniably, he's got people talking. Whereas Sonnen is convinced that Adesanya has surpassed Jon Jones and is inching closer to Conor McGregor in that whole best fighter debate. He made quite a bold claim, huh? But it's got people captivated and passionately discussing who deserves that top spot. You know, the rivalry between Adesanya and Jones has been one captivating show. Despite seemingly putting their feud to rest, there's still this intense competition lingering between the two champions. While Sonnen firmly believes that Adesanya is the one taking the lead in this race for greatness. But here's the main point. Unfortunately, we might not get to see a direct face-off between them due to their weight differences. Now, it's a bummer for fight fans, but dude, it adds even more fuel to the fire in the who's the best debate. Both Adesanya and Jones have passionate supporters, and they both passionately claim the title of the best in the UFC. It's a clash of opinions and fan loyalties. And let me tell you, Adesanya's recent performance at UFC 287 has been nothing short of stellar. He's making a name for himself with his commanding presence in the octagon, and the hype around him is just captivating. Izzy's beating him. What Izzy did and the attention that Izzy can command, he's coming after McGregor's spot, I'm telling you now, he said. According to Sonnen, Izzy has surpassed Jon Jones in the UFC's history. He believes future generations will remember Adesanya's name, not Jones. 10 years from now, you're not going to be saying Jon Jones. You're going to be saying Adesanya. Furthermore, Adesanya and Jones are both absolute beasts in the UFC. They've got quite the track record with all those championship wins in their respective weight divisions. Adesanya, in particular, has been on fire recently, becoming a two-time middleweight champion and defending his title not once, not twice, but 5 times. That's some serious dominance right there. And did you see Jones's comeback? After a 3-year layoff, he bounced back strong and snagged the heavyweight belt by defeating Cyril Gane at UFC 285. Despite their impressive achievements, there's a noticeable difference in how they approach the fight game. While Sonnen mentioned that the distinction sets Adesanya and McGregor apart as true needle movers in the UFC, their ability to create significant buzz and interest, even when they're not actively competing, has elevated them to superstar status. It's like they know how to work the crowd and keep the hype train going at full speed. Zuckerberg earns blue belt for upcoming Musk cage match. There is a buzz surrounding the world of technology. Yes, you understand, right? The Meta chief, you know, the company that used to be Facebook, well, he's got some big news. While Elon Musk has been busy doing his thing and has been leveling up Twitter in a completely different way, so get this. Mark Zuckerberg just earned his blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And you know what? He's not keeping it low-key either. On Sunday, he went all out on Instagram and proudly posted a photo of himself rocking his new blue belt, standing side by side with his martial arts coach Dave Camarillo. It's pretty cool to see these tech titans stepping out of their boardrooms and now they're taking that drive and determination to the mats. Man, it's like a whole new kind of competition between these two. Congrats at Dave Camarillo on your 5th-degree black belt, Zuckerberg wrote. You're a great coach, and I've learned so much about fighting and life from training with you. Also honored to be promoted to compete at the blue belt for at Gorilla JJ San Jose team. Certainly things are getting seriously interesting between Zuckerberg and Musk. So, you know how Mark Zuckerberg just earned his blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? It's like a big deal in the Jiu-Jitsu world, marking his progress and dedication to the sport. On the other side, in June, Musk decided to throw down the metal glove and tweeted that he was up for a cage fight. Now, that's some serious competition. Later on, Zuckerberg didn't back down, though. He coolly responded by posting a screenshot of Musk's tweet on his Insta story with the caption, "Send me location." I mean, talk about accepting a challenge with style. Then Musk fired back with just 2 words, Vegas Octagon. Whoa, it's like they're getting ready to go head-to-head in the fight of the century. And guess what? Even Dana White is in on it. He's talked to both Musk and Zuckerberg about organizing a fight. Just imagine the speculation of this fight.
I was talking to both Elon and Mark last night. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this.
Let's see what will be happening in the fight world and the tech world. It's like they're about to collide in the most epic showdown ever. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Nate Diaz predicts epic showdown of McGregor versus Paul. In the latest developments of UFC, Diaz made quite the move by walking away from his UFC contract after that high-profile win over Tony Ferguson. And guess where he ended up? Right in the arms of none other than celebrity boxing's biggest star, Jake Paul. However, Diaz is all set to step into the ring to face Jake Paul in August. And you know what's interesting? Jake Paul has been eyeing big names in combat sports for a while now and targets none other than Conor McGregor. But here's the twist. Leading up to the Diaz versus Paul fight, Jake Paul has been using this opportunity to take some jabs at McGregor. It's like he's stirring up the pot.
But guess what, Connor? I'll beat the fucking fuck out of you, and you can't box as good as me, and I'm going to do to Nate what you couldn't, which is knock him the fuck out.
Diaz might have some beef over Paul's fight prediction or his chances against McGregor, but Diaz thinks a Paul versus McGregor fight is inevitable if McGregor leaves the UFC.
If he was free, yeah, I'm sure he would fight him. Why would you not? He's fucking talking all the shit, and he's like, you need to fight people like on the...
Yeah.
There's fucking criteria, you know what I'm saying, and that motherfucker meets it. And a lot of people do, but a lot of people don't also. And then those people you find in the bathroom.
You know, Paul shows his insane 3-a-day workout regimen in preparation for his fight with Nate Diaz. Considering how well Paul has been shaping up, Diaz might end up joining the list of former UFC fighters who couldn't defeat him in the boxing ring. And if that happens, we all wouldn't be surprised if McGregor decides to step up to the plate next. Of course, that depends on whether McGregor's long-term future is still tied to the UFC or not. If he's free to explore other options, a showdown with Paul could very well be on the horizon. In any case, it's exciting to see how this all unfolds. Daniel Cormier expects Chimaev's title shot after UFC 294 win. In the end, you won't believe what Daniel Cormier has to say about Khamzat Chimaev. And guess what? UFC 294 is coming up on October 21st. And it's going to be a showdown between Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev. You see, Chimaev hasn't stepped into the octagon since September of 2022 when he took down Kevin Holland at UFC 279. On the other hand, Costa's last fight was in August of last year, where he defeated Luke Rockhold at UFC 278. But here's the juicy part. Daniel Cormier got this bold prediction that if Chimaev manages to beat Costa on October 21st, he deserves a middleweight title shot. Can you imagine that? A shot at the title for Chimaev? It's like a golden opportunity for him, and you know Cormier is not one to throw around compliments lightly. He believes in Chimaev's skills and thinks he's earned the right to compete for that middleweight belt. I don't understand why Khamzat Chimaev has not fought again since he fought Kevin Holland. There's more to this story than we know. Maybe I'll do some digging to try and uncover it, but he's fighting against Paulo Costa. Continuing, Cormier said, if he beats Paulo Costa, Khamzat Chimaev will have earned himself a title fight at 185 pounds. And I don't think anyone can disagree with that. I don't believe that beating Gilbert Burns going up and now beating Paulo Costa doesn't get you a championship opportunity. It makes you the #1 contender between Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis. Reflecting on the Chimaev versus Burns fight, Daniel Cormier concluded, we thought that the Gilbert Burns fight was going to teach a lot about Khamzat, and it did. It taught us that he's as good as they come. It also taught us that regardless of the level of competition, this young man is going to compete the same way, and he did. He won a very competitive fight against Gilbert Burns, but Gilbert Burns' willingness to stand in the fire and fight him is what made it a more competitive fight. Now he's got a bigger guy in Paulo Costa who's willing to do the same thing. So, my fight fellows, mark your calendars for UFC 294 on October 21st at the Etihad Arena in Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, and see if Chimaev proves his take on the middleweight division. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.